Alright, folks, we are back. And I went to before I dropped the thing. I guess I also went before the shivers check, or at least my save starts there. I'm still expecting to fail it. And I'll be kind of disappointed if I don't, because that check is not why I redid this. But I also think it's fair to redo. I don't know, okay? This is complicated. Flashlights are also complicated. Alright, why hasn't her business failed? I don't know. I'm good. We're still not doing that. There's still so much wrong with that. Alright, I'd like to order a die from you. I didn't go through any of these in this play. What kind of die do you think fits my personality? Yes, yes. 'Cause I'm a police officer, right? Catch it. Yes! Mr. Smooth Moves. You snatch the dice out of the air with one hand, just like you're in a movie. Wink at the dice maker. What are the odds? She winks back. The red one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay, and the blue one is the inverse. I believe these dice are your lucky charm, officer. She winked back at you. Can you believe it? You really are Mr. Smooth Moves. You will definitely need luck in Martinez. Was there anything else? That is worth keeping. Oh, that makes me happy. These two 20-sided dice have the colors of a police alarm. Bloodstone for red and lapis lazuli for blue. If you roll them and squint your eyes, it looks like you're arriving on the scene. And it's raining. Note, look at the map tab to see which white checks have reopened. I didn't realize they did that. Alright, production schedule. Filament memory. This cube-like crisscross of filaments feels oddly fragile in your hand. Its intricate structure covered in dust. Silver tape on the side reads production schedule. Note, this filament contains information that can be read using a radio computer. Antique Bell Margrave rifle. From ages past, it's a 4-shot bolt-action military rifle with a wooden frame. So that's what, like Browning automatic, or a Garand, or I forget the timeline for these things. Anyway, postcard, La Delta 51. The sunlight has made this postcard almost completely sepia-toned. I honestly don't know if that's sepia or sepia. I've always read the word and never heard it out loud. Oh no. Midtown traffic passes. Overhead, the ghosts of skyscrapers disappear into a beige midday mist, vapor rising from the delta on which the district was built. The postcard is prepaid. Andy. A handwritten note from the fridge. That's probably what triggers. Okay, haha. The handwritten note you found from the giant ice bear fridge. It still bears some marks from the fruit-shaped kitchen magnets that were used to secure it to the refrigerator door. So where are the magnets? It said I took them. The note is written with blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface. Does it say anything interesting? The lieutenant leans closer to read the crumpled note over your shoulder. This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active, and we're actually getting some successes now. Read the note. Did I really put... This is why I hit the buttons and not click things. Read the note. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home ASAP, it's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care. Sulislo. I wonder who wrote that note. Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here. Maybe they had to leave in a hurry. That's a plausible hypothesis. What's a filament memory again? It belongs inside the radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer. It's like the production schedule you found, only this one's an off-site copy. Who's the illiterate ginger kid? Really? You don't have a single guess? Oh, no idea. No, you mean Kuno. Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter. Do you have any idea where the ice cream maker could be? I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge. Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box? I did. My phone is going off, and I'm going to pause this video. Alright, we're back. I would have disguised that with a clean cut or something, but this is not a game you can easily do that with, or at least it's not a game I can easily do that with. Alright, I want out. Let me out. Oh, right. The game takes away your walk cursor when you don't have your flashlight out, like a dork. Alright, so we have some things to go and redo. Things? Yes, things. First off, do we have anything new here? I don't think so. Do. Alright. Am I able to figure out anything more here? Do. I guess some of the knowledge that I am thinking of does not come into play for a while. I don't know, I'm dealing with like a half-baked memory of a memory. What am I doing? I certainly don't know. Why do you ask? Smear your hands with coal. A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. You feel the spirit of Ramu Karzai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint. Yeah! Smear your cheeks black with coal. 3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul. What are you doing? I am the reincarnation of an ancient Ilmarian warrior. Yeah, I guess I'm slurring too. Please, wipe your face clean, officer. No. These 3 stripes give you the strength in this dangerous realm. It would be foolish to remove them. We're exploring this dark place, and I need the protection my war paint affords. And this protects you? It gives me confidence, and that's all that matters, Kim. Okay, sure. Go ahead. He stubbornly looks away from you and the furnace. Please tell me I can see the war paint. Oh my gosh, I look like Michael Jackson right now. Alright, can I see the war paint? No. I hope somebody comments on it. I don't want to have to have told Kim he's a punk for nothing. Alright, ice bear fridge. Ice bear fridge. It's this, the thing we were talking about. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand crank ice cream churner and electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. Turn the crank. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You never became a poet or an entrepreneur. What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than some frozen fat and sugar? Try to crack open the lid. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. No, this is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. Don't even try to open it with a regular pry bar. You're just wasting your time. If you want to try again, you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective. I mean, I'm going to put it on, even though our other skills have already told us that it's not productive. Pry bar not strong enough. Minus 20. I'm just going to lock this check again, though, but it's physical instrument, so I'm probably going to reinvest. 4. The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid just won't budge. What is this? You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes. That's a good pry bar. I am not criticizing it. But this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open. All right, where do we get one? I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool. Sooner or later you'll stumble upon a tool mighty enough. That's how adventure games work. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker. All right, I did the thing. You happy, game? Oh, right. I wanted to see if Electrochem lets me do something else. All right, so for people who are not as familiar with the game, I'll go ahead and clue you in. You can buy 1 die and possibly 1 die only from the dice maker. All of them have different effects for certain checks. What checks? I don't entirely know. But it also unlocks certain checks, usually related to what it gives bonuses on. I know that because I had one of them in my first playthrough. What does that mean for me? It means I'm not buying any of those dice until I have an idea of what I think I would like to re-unlock because I'm running out of XP. I have no reason to relift that. See, I thought that our Electrochem might have given me the ability to check the speed bag there for, what was said to be in it. But I suppose not. It's 1900. It might be time to start fooling around with the corpse. Plaisance?
You broke down the back door? Why? I gave you the key.
Door was giving me shit. I hope you can find the solution quickly. The wards are broken, the passage has been opened. Now tell me, what's back there? That's all I can say for now. There's a complicated trail of conversation there, and I'm not sure. I don't know if I need more skills or more things accomplished before I can say that. Or maybe I just need to pass that Shivers check upstairs. I don't know. We don't need that. Maybe we need that? Hey, did you... Oh, I never checked to see what unlocked. Certainly not that. The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion. Do these come off yet? I thought we decided to leave this to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus. Damn, this is turning into some kind of mega puzzle. Are we ready to start this, really, at 1900? No. Then again, no. Alright. Do you have any new dialogue now that I've been all through that area? When I find out what kind of cockatoo I am, madam, you're gonna hear all about it. We're headed this way because we have a date. A date? Well, we're meeting somebody at 2100, right? Right, yeah. Joyce. Oh, hang on. Shadows on the water. Green plants under the calm surface.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
You know, I spoke with the lorryman at the roundabout. Yes, my eyes on the harbor have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered? Wait, where exactly are these eyes located? It doesn't really matter, and I do apologize for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this. In any case, it's a relief to know that someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation. If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I'm sure you understand. Of course, Detective. In any case, you've held up your end of the arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now, it is my turn. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands. The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries. You said contain the situation? Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Revachol West. Since you're sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario. Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be. Hey, tell me again, how are the lynching and the strike connected? I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they had elected to deploy a private military contractor. As an insurance measure, they called it my security detail. A momentary lapse of faith? They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer. Every worker. A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor. Do you need a security detail? Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering. Who are they, exactly? Crenel, an Oranje military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment. So what happened? The story is, one of them, I don't know his real name, the colonel, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling and rags and lynched last Sunday night. What then? Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbor. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenel contractors carry out their orders. For now. For now? It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow. What is the nature of this investigation? Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants. Oh, it'll be all of them. The decision is already made. This is not disco, Joyce. It is very far from disco. A wave crashes against the side of her boat. My only hope is that you provide a clear, single concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, she takes hold of the mainsail. If you don't pin it on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond. The Debardiers have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1. Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? She leans back. It's not pretty. The Cerace giant hornet, the world's second largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in less than 4 hours. Okay, but decimate means reduce by 10%. It doesn't mean destroy. People, I know, okay, the original meaning. Now it means both, because language evolves, but I'm still kind of cranky about it, I admit. These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. The armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't even have guns at all. And the muzzle-loaders need to be reloaded after every 1 or 2 shots. The automatics after every 1 or 2 minutes. She is silent for a moment. As I said, a bloodbath. I think the confrontation is inevitable. It doesn't have to be like this. She looks at you, eyes damp from the wind. Nameless, badgeless officer of the citizens' militia. One single concrete suspect delivered unto civil court, a good one, and I may be able to defuse this situation. What can you tell me about Cornell? Not much. Their public resume is relatively good as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell. Oh, that explains why the boots. Ha ha ha. Down a deep black well. They boast a long list of clients, Saint-Baptiste, Welshman Laurens, and Dracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions, meaning they're used to operating in war zones. Yes, all the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesuit, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil. Alright, anything else you got on them? Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time. The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is charged with coordinating law enforcement activities in complex multinational investigations. Their database is the single largest source of information in the world. Oh wow, that's terrifying. It's a cop database? Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am? In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I would be dealing with a group like Cranel. Can you have the company call them off? I have, and they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it is all on us. You said he assaulted a woman? Or he didn't? This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it. Who did the passing on? The remaining contractors, their tribunal. It's what they believe. So what do they say? That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinet. The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration. Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place, and when? Last Sunday night at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him. Who was the woman? That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea, and as I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the Colonel's remaining colleagues believe. You'll meet her soon enough, you feel. The Colonel, the one who was hanged, did you know him? If you mean, did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him. His name was Lely. His service name, a nom de guerre most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. A bad sign, or only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one. Tell me about the others first. One is a man, Corty, nickname as well. There was also a woman, Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul, a radio operator. What would you say he was his eye color, the deceased's? She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head. I can't remember. There's a pang of regret to her voice. That's all right, ma'am. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age? He was 40 or 50. It was hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age or gauge his facial expressions. What else? Nationality? Accent? He was Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent. Oranges or Messinian, maybe? His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once. What about the remaining two mercs? Where are they now? They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. She puts her foot on the guard wire for balance. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes, ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting. We do still need to know where they are. You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved. Sent by the Pines. Scab Leader's clothes didn't fit right. He's built like a brick house. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bow. Didn't pass the background check. Really? Oh, this is so embarrassing. You have no idea. There's something wrong with your brain. Luckily, the lieutenant still has his. Do-do-do. Ma'am, with all due respect, I've been around Martinet, and there is a giant hulk of a man in ill-fitting clothes at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work. His heart really isn't in it. Not a terribly good actor, that one. Still, and the other one, DePaul, must be in one of the 4-story buildings overlooking the roundabout. She was reporting back to you while we were canvassing the lorry drivers. That would afford a good vantage point. She nods, poised and unperturbed. Still, I hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest. Busted. Thank you, Kim, for covering for me rolling a 2? Did the game even tell me? Yeah, sure did. Jeez. How much time do we have? Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress in identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience. They don't report their progress to you? Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative. There's a brief silence. Seagulls squawk over the bay and in the ambient soundtrack. 5 days. Not one more. Maybe sooner. It's a matter of days, not weeks. That's enough for now. I'm sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there's anything else I can help you with, please ask. Now can you tell me about these tattoos? Of course. Excuse my hesitation before. She reaches over the guard wire and takes the photo, holds it in her hand. For about a half minute, in silence. It is taken with a Trigat not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs. Stay quiet. Observe. Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface. We do not have the psyche skills to read her. What do you think? Sorry. She breaks her concentration. I was trying to see if I could read the web of interdependencies between these points, the stars. She points to one on the photo paper. I can't, but that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent. Like stars in the sky? Close. Port cities. This is an Oranye's map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the DeLorean century, over 300 years ago. The sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels. Interesting. What's the use of this map? The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it. Where is he now? She's been in the Pale enough. I've spoken to him. For now, the soul is fastened inside his corpse. She remained unfazed. That's precisely what the sailors feared when they drew these maps. A fear of drowning, but within one's corpse. What travels did the dead man make? Quite a few. Vredfort, the Oranye's capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. She points to it on the photo. He started somewhere near here, I think. What next? Then he made his way to the Preto Gran through what I think must be Skadstanal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Preto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Seminese Islands, and this. She points to his heart. What's that? Hrevashol. Those are the two constants, Hredefort on the shoulder and Hrevashol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Inter-Isolary Age. You said you can't read it. I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning. In Martinez, looking into Coronel, he writes in one. Then the man puts down his pen and rubs his temples with both hands. Outside, there is a siren. Distant gunshots on the streets of the Jamrock Quarter. This man is no brother of mine, but this is a service history. That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways, just like we don't need sailors the way we used to. This is what the custom would morph into on the Occident, mercenary tattoos. Who could tell me more? His platoon members? The other contractors, though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade. There are surely other people to ask about this tattoo. This is not necessary to complete the task, officer. It is a dangerous side task. Search elsewhere. Challenge accepted. I say we do it. I'm gonna accept it and maybe fulfill it. I need the information. Do what you have to do, detective. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public scrutiny, or public security, but if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you. We will be careful, Mom. That's all for the tattoos. Thanks for your help. Is there anything else I can help with? I can't ask her for money anymore. I've been dealing with Everart again. We're not saying that, so bye. I'll be danged. Actually, you know, Kim, hold still.
Yes?
I do kind of want to try that again. Anything new about the case? Oh, yeah. No. Ah, there we go. Kim, you're wearing a Revolutionary Era Air Brigade jacket, aren't you? What, this? He zips up the large collar. Is just seasonal clothing. And those look like airman's pants. Good for storing tools in. He looks at his pants. Where is this going? You see, Kim, I have this place in my head where I develop new ideas and connections. Interesting. I believe it is called a brain. No, it's more than that, but anyway. Anyway. In this special place, I have come to suspect that you have some kind of thing with the Revolutionary Air Brigades. I do not have a thing with Revolutionary Air Brigades in particular. Oh, just air brigades then? Okay. I wanted to become an aerostatic pilot. Then I turned 10 and realized we no longer have an air force. Are you sure the revolutionaries got nothing to do with this? Absolutely nothing. And if you say so. Thank you. My mind is satisfied. Good. He glances impatiently at his electronic wristwatch. Tell me a secret about yourself. No. Still can't do that. Alright. It is not yet 2,000 hours. 2,000? Sure. What else can we do? In the dimming light, some things become clearer, and Cindy's artistic impulses are infectious. Don't I have more conceptualization? %. Huzzah! You have no clue, it's just a wall. So many walls all over Martinez. Weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling. That's fair. How many points do I have? I have 2. Do I want visual calc, or do I want to add another thought? We are going to take the visual calc, because I want to do that check again. Especially now that we have the traffic hooligan quest. Alright. And we're also going to check to make sure... Ah, wait, hold still. Huzzah. Hey, wait, what? Why does art inspire you so much? It does, yes, but what is art? Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication. Representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined. Would I really fit into the art world? I mean, have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic with that beard and those clothes. Disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture, too. Hang on, is architecture also art? Yes, it is, but of course not. It's, hey! You can fuck right the fuck off. Box drawing. What about music? Is this art? Only the most experimental kind. Damn it, game. Damn it, conceptualization. I guess I have been feeling critical lately. Yes! You seek substance, no vapid representations and reproductions of social mores, as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop. But don't I have to be 100% cop to get the case finished? Quit being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic? Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home. I guess we will consider capo de arte. Opt in. Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals of the street. You must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world. Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble. Yeah, don't know if I'm doing that, especially after that description. You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there, and then accelerated straight into the fence. Left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager. Next, the driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south. Must have been in a hurry. A car drove through the fence. You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage-friendly city. Somehow that makes you feel scared. You don't know why. Is this connected to the case? I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate. You could follow the tracks south. There seemed to be a canal there. See where they went, if you find the time. No, this is the point of departure for the vehicle that crashed into the Samaritan butter sign. That's plausible. A similar reckless abandon seems to be in evidence. Oh. Huh. Anti-Object Task Force. Behold! The Anti-Object Task Force has assembled. God's avenging angel arrayed against the lower emanations of the darkened one. Shoe racks, tape recorders, motor carriages, and doors. So many doors. You're not just pounding it all to pieces, you're reforging the universe. From the anvil of the heavens to the worms below. Indulge in it. Be bold. Have an impact on the shape of creation. Out of the furnace of your rage, a new reality. Also, you should trash your room again. Attacking physical objects heals damage. +1 pain threshold for thick skin. All physique learning caps raised by 1. Huzzah. How does that work? Does it work even when it's an old check? That's not completed. Am I just going to get out of using Nosafed ever again? Not ever, but for a while. It seems betrayed. Oh. Well, I guess we don't hurt ourselves by doing it. We just kind of go back and forth. Or I would have to pass the pain threshold check. Ooh. You really showed that box. Lieutenant pats the box on the head. I would need to raise pain threshold twice. I think I can only raise it once. You know, without drinking. Yeah. I will make my own way. Thanks, bum on the stairs. Don't be afraid to say weird things. Oh, we are well past that point, my friends. Hey, guard.
Can I help you?
About my bill for tonight. You're already set for the night. Your door is unlocked. Oh, good. Hey, I saw another thing. Alright, I didn't see another thing. Goodbye. I am not ready for that conversation, and it'll take more time than I am ready to devote to it. I have less than an in-game hour. Hey, run! No, not that. This. I'll take another pack of cigs. Thank you. I'll take another pack of Dramamine. I bought the raincoat already. And I suppose we're good. Yeah. Talk to strangers. Explore. Hey, I'm a stranger. Welcome to our shop. Ah, fuck off, racist. All right. I've said bad words a lot this episode. Hoo-wee. Yeah. See you in the next one. Later.